Namaste and Namaskaram everyone. My name is Dr. Ajith Bhaskar. I have been a dancer of Bharatanatyam for the past 32 years. My engagement with the art is through performing, teaching and choreographing. I began many years ago with an engagement with the dance with a small school, and now after 32 years we have established a school and an academy which continues the legacy of my creativity and identity through various branches in Johor Bahru, through my important disciples who run the institution beautifully, and we continue the legacy of Suvarna Fine Arts in Johor Bahru. So for me, dance is an expression of myself. Whenever I dance, it is the truest and the most honest expression of myself, and it brings out all that is best in me encapsulated through my dance. Dance for me is not just as a physical form, but an idiom to express myself through my mind, my spirit and my thoughts. It's very essential for me to connect with what dance is as a person and as part of my lifestyle as well. So dance is just not something that I do rehearsing or performing. Dance is something that I do as my spiritual evolution and for me to connect with my true self. So I was very blessed to have many gurus in my life at different phases of my life. I didn't overlap one teacher against the other, but all teachers have informed my mind space and informed my growth. So each teacher has given me, I can't mention their names, but they are very special, and all the teachers had, the only thing that I imbibe from all the teachers is their integrity and their selflessness in sharing their knowledge, and also not compromising. So those are the values that I learned from all my teachers at different phases of my life, that they give you this strength to become not only a good artist, a good dancer, but an integral person in the community. So this is what my gurus have given me. I'm very blessed, and they were very generous in teaching me. They didn't hold anything back. They've given the utmost. And barring 3 gurus who have passed on, the other gurus I'm still in touch. Whenever I have time and whenever they have time, we speak, we converse, we share, because this Guru Kripa is very at the core of our art form, our tradition. The blessings of the Guru and best wishes of the Guru is very important. So whenever I just call one of my gurus, without mentioning the name, when I have a conversation, I'm totally energized, because they're not giving me anything to do. Just to listen to them having a conversation with me has given me great pleasure, great joy and great energy. So as a dancer, our body is definitely a vehicle to express our emotions, our expressions and our inner feelings. But we need to transcend the body. That is very important, that we need to understand. So the body is just a vehicle. If you look at the body as just as a body, it can be sexual and non-spiritual. But if you look at the body as a vehicle to transport the audience to to a different space, to different characters, to different emotions. This is the endeavor of all classical arts, which is what is codified in Natya Shastra. Having said that, for me personally, whenever I perform, I try to not be myself, but step out of my body and embody the character and the emotion that I'm trying to portray. That requires there's an English word called empathy. So unless you empathize with that character and connect with that character, otherwise the art does not reach out to the audience. So the audience needs to connect with you very, very emotionally. So the dancer has to be very, very vulnerable, very, very strong at the same time, vulnerable and strong at the same time, to emote this and not, how do I say, not envision my life. My life is not important for the audience. It is what the character says. So if I'm Radha, I'm Radha. If I'm Krishna, I'm Krishna. If I'm Shakti, I'm Shakti. So how do I empathize with that situation? And I feel this is a very important element that I've discovered through my journey through dance, and I practice till this date. For me, art, in any classical art or any art form, I don't like the word innovation, because I think art grows by itself, because art is a breathing form. It breathes, it creates itself by itself. We are just tools facilitating this process. So for me, art is a growth. So I don't think I've done any innovation. So innovation, it means that it is very practiced and thought of. So I feel creativity has to come very, very from your truthfulness with conviction. If you believe in something, then you do it. Don't do it just for the reason because it's fashionable, it is trending, it is current, and this is what everybody is doing. You have to find truthfulness within yourself. Find a word, a seed that you can find to speak to the audience about any subject. So I feel that the creativity right now is quite contrived because there's a lot of imitation happening. Imitation is not creativity, because so much information is available in the present sense. There is GPT, chat, I don't know what that is, AI, and DeepSeek also is, all of that is there. So I feel the next generation is not thinking, it's just in the imitation. Imitation does not equal to creativity. You have to be a thinking dancer, which means you have to feel, embody, and live the dance, which is large words, but once you find the harmony within your body, this is what you will discover. So do not imitate, but of course study and look, find inspiration outside. Inspiration does not mean copying. So two different words. So dance has always been my passion, and after graduating from law school and practicing law for 2 years, there was a point that I had to make a decision whether I want to be a good dancer or a bad lawyer, or a good lawyer or a bad dancer. So at that point I decided to choose dance as my mission in life. So the challenges were many because for dance the financial returns are very, very difficult to do it full time. Those were my major challenges. Emotionally, I would think, I very supportive parents, which I'm blessed with, who were very disappointed when I decided to do dance full time, leaving a law career, coming from a upper middle class Malayali family. It's a difficult decision for my parents, and it was not difficult for me. Everybody calls it a sacrifice now. I hate the word sacrifice. I feel for me it's a very natural transition. Dance is my choice, dance is my spirit. So I think the main challenges was initially was how to support this art form, which is, I can tell you very, very clearly that it is a very expensive art form, because you need to pay for musicians, sets, lighting. Everybody gets paid. The dancer doesn't get paid at all at the end of the day. So if I do a production, I'm out of pocket. So that was my challenge initially. Not that it's got better now, but I would say probably slightly better, because I've learned how to manage and administer my financial commitments towards the production. But however, this is a great challenge for any artist. Financial backing is definitely necessary for classical arts, whether it could be ballet or Malay dance or Chinese drums or anything. So I feel, so that was my major challenge. There was no societal challenge, because by the time I started dancing, it was already common for male dancers to dance. There was not a problem at all. And I think otherwise there was no other major challenges. Of course, physical challenges is a given. Dancers need to work hard, wear and tear, pain and gain. No pain, no gain. Of course, through my journey, I had very positive comments and also negative comments as well. So the negative comments, I take it in my stride, because probably they don't understand my space, where I'm coming from, what my means to me as a person, as an individual. For me, art is a very, very private space, and I keep it very personal to me. And as much as I can, sometimes I differ, but as much as I can, I keep the negative comments on the periphery. So I think of it as a chaos around me. So when I'm dancing on stage, there's a lot of chaos. Which is the chaos? Which is the sound, music, all that is happening. The mridangist and the singer. There's so much of chaos outside. But within that chaos, I have to keep a silent space within myself to project something which is colorful. So for me, I view life that way. So again, I think this is an interconnected question. So I live alone. I'm single at 57. Many people ask me whether I'm lonely. I'm alone, but I'm never lonely, because I find solace in conversations with myself very meaningful. I'm in constant conversation with myself, which is something that for the young generation they might not understand, but you have to constantly speak to yourself. So speaking to God or speaking to yourself is the same for me. So if I speak to my Ishra Devada or something, Sri Krishna, when I speak to him or I speak to myself, is of the same. But I feel this constant conversation makes me current, because it places me here and now. So I think I feel that this whole transition between the self and the outward is what artists can do and have learned to do. I'm not saying only myself, many artists have done that. So we find the correct space, that we have a space between the outer and the inner, the self and the greater self. So, as I mentioned earlier in this conversation, I had very humble beginnings. I started with probably 3 or 4 students, and now Suvarna Fine Arts of Johor Bahru has branches across the state through my senior disciples. So, for me, my growth, I feel, is the greatest asset is my students, and I find the growth through my students as my success. And I feel that whenever I endeavor to do something new, it is always relevant and current. I feel that we need to always engage with the next generation to make them feel inspired and find growth in the art form. So, I mean, coming to the question of what my contribution to the art form is, again, I'm very humbled because I think the art form itself is such a greater entity. So, there's no question of any one of us as artists to contribute to the art form. It is how we enrich our lives through this art form. I feel that the art, how much fame and accolades that one can get, but the art is always greater than you. And so I think we have nothing to contribute to the art form. I always say that I am not part of the art form, but the art is part of me. And so I feel that this art is greater than all of us, and we need to recognize and respect that space. So I don't think advice is relevant at this time and age, but probably sharing is more important, because I feel the next generation of dancers are very, very focused. They are full of vigor, and they're very, very, they know what goal they need to achieve. However, I feel that whenever the goal has not to be the end, journey is very important. So you need to find process, understanding, and discovery. So I think what is lacking right now is with all this social media and with AI, DeepSeek, and whatever that you have, there is whole culture of imitation. Imitation does not make you an artist. You need to find and discover your core and find your own creativity. So that takes a long process. So everybody wants immediate goal. So just like they did sambar, they did idli, they did whatever. Everybody wants an instant gratification. But art is something that you need to really hold close to your heart and process. So this is what I feel that the next generation is lacking in. Not questioning them, but I want to encourage them to find more important inner self-discovery. So on the same topic, see, we talk about the creativity. So everyone wants to be creative. So creativity is not something which is forced. Creativity has to be something which is processed. So it doesn't happen because tomorrow morning I want to do a program and I want to do something new, something which is trending, something which is fashionable, which is what is happening now, which is worrisome for me as an individual artist. Dancers are not thinking, everything is available on the net. They just look Google, they just copy something, they reproduce something. No thought process is happening. Dance has to have enrichment. Very important. So apart from dance, you need to know literature, understanding sculpture, travel, understand emotions, find empathy. So many things that you have to do for enrichment. So I feel the next generation is just very focused on the physicality of the form. They're very good at it. They're very good to copy each other. They're very good to reproduce. Reproducing is copying. So I feel that something needs to be processed. You need to find your inner feeling towards something. If I see a flower, what do I feel about the flower? Correct. Is it just a gesture? Or is it the unfurling of the lotus petals of the flower? So that is something that the next generation needs to understand, and this is my only advice. So find enrichment, learn music. Music is very integral for Indian classical arts. If you don't know music, it's very, very difficult, because the music is actually a reflection of the dance, and the dance is a reflection of the music. Literature is very important because you need to understand Sahitya. Whether you understand the language or not, if Google ஆண்டவர் இருக்கார், you can Google and find out the meaning, but you still need to go back and refer to a proper linguist, a proper Sahitya Karta to help you understand the inner text. Text is only one layer, the subtext as well. So that's where layers come when you do any expression. I just can do you and you and you and you. But how about you and you and you and you? So these layers is what I want the next generation. My prayer is for the next generation. There are a lot of wonderful gurus in Malaysia and of course internationally as well. Please make time to learn. There's no ending to learning. Please continue to learn, especially if you're in the arts. Keep reading, keep understanding, keep exploring. So my dance journey has blessed me with many travels, both locally and internationally as well. Many performances are memorable. When I performed at the Lincoln Center in the USA for the first time, it was very memorable. When I performed at Broadway Theatre Chandler in the US was very memorable, and many prestigious organizations in India and abroad. But two performances speak to me as very pivotal in my transformation to make dance as my true spirit. The first is when I traveled to Chidambaram. This performance was not done for the Natyajali festival, which is very popular now. It was before that time. I just went to Chidambaram to visit the temple and to get darshan of Nataraja Swami. And it was full monsoon. The temple was knee deep with waters, with flood. So I had special darshan. The temple was absolutely empty. I was the only person there, except the Prohidar, the Dikshidar of the temple there. And then he just gave me permission to just dance in front of Lord Nataraja. It was pouring rain, knee-length water, and at that moment I had a moment of epiphany. That's where I found that my body and my energy and my spirit was connected to the one. And that's when I found my purpose of my life and my journey. So the universe was connected to me and I was one with the universe. This equilibrium, which is such a strong feeling that one can get only once in a lifetime. So that's a very important performance for me. But of course, all performances are important for me. But this is when I found myself and found my purpose. So as an artist, sometimes even among my close friends, when I go out for dinner with them, they think I only need to speak about dance. But beyond dance, I explore myself further. I think beyond my dance, I think about world politics, I think about current issues. Although that is very difficult to reflect in my idiom, but somehow my contemporaneity will inform my mind space. I'm not some person who's stuck in some tower thinking only about Bharatanatyam and Carnatic music and doing puja every day and looking. I have a world view. So for me, this art form is something that really informs my life. And whenever I meet my friends, I try to transfer this information to them that I'm current, I'm relative, I am also very, very interested in the present. So I think art is something which is very present. So for me, art is not something fossilized in some cave or some museum. It flows like a river. It has breath, it has life. So art form, I feel through the ages has developed in different ways. But currently we are facing a time of very, very great turmoil because the society is very fragmented. People are they have opposing ends. I am this or not this, both politically and religiously. So I feel that art can be the binding force that can bring people into a space where it's apolitical, a-religious. We just come, we commune. So dance, I'm not saying dance, art, the arts is very relevant for the next generation because we need a harmonious community. The community is very, very, very difficult at this point. So I feel that the community needs to come together, find centering, find empathy, find harmony, and find love. So awards and accolades are very special for an artist, and I would like to thank SUGAM Karnataka for initiating this award towards me, and it gives me great responsibility to carry on my art form, not only through myself, and since my calling is teaching, through my disciples in Suvarna Fine Arts, Srimati Sujata Vijay, Shri Vijay Chandran, Srimati Andamalar Dureraj, who are all spearheading my institution through their branches and teaching the same values and the same integrity that I have shared with them. And thank you for all of you all to patiently listening to my sharing, and hope that this will inspire you and dancers across the world to find dance as an important and integral part of humanity and society building.